the home of news and analysis. It's Rizmani on the beat, and you're welcome to Linda's TV show, the home of news and analysis, where you get your information about the happenings in the globe, especially in Nigeria.
Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
I hope I reach you with this. What if we stop pretending and really do practice love? Yeah, like stop putting a price to it. Why would your loved ones fall from your expectation and you label them misfits? Expecting perfection from a seed you sow beneath an imperfect soil. You can't be dealing on perishable goods and praying to God they remain fresh forever. Shut the fuck up. With time, they are predestined to spoil.
Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your time zone or anywhere you are joining this program. Please, as you are joining us, try to like and share this program. As soon as you click on this program, if you are watching me, which means you like what we are doing here, can you please kindly like, share to any platform that you belong to? Before we proceed, I always put a disclaimer. Somebody was saying this your disclaimer and this your appreciation of YouTube is getting out of hands. It's not easy to create a big platform like this for people to use to disseminate information. With this regard, I would like to appreciate YouTube for creating this wonderful platform that we are using, me and you are using today. And at the same time, I want to put a disclaimer that what we are doing in this platform is to inform, educate the members of the public about the happenings in the world, especially in Nigeria. We are not here to promote violence. Myself, I don't like those things. We are not here to create misleading information or hate speech. Only educating, informing, and also a call for self-determination is not a call for war. My great people of Biafra, I greet you once again anywhere you are watching. There is a link here. This is an interaction section. I wouldn't like myself to be talking alone and my brother Chuk Survivor who is already here. So there is a link if you want to contribute to what we are going to be discussing today. Please click on that link. I will bring you in. You will come and share your idea as nobody have it all. My own opinion, my own idea may not even be valid or enough. So when we share ideas together, we are going to reach to a better decision. We are still talking about the sit at home, the impact, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. This is what is trending in Nigeria today. I played a video. I posted a video today where Den or Lassie, who claimed he visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. You heard what he said. A lot of you were, trying to pick some points or many things that he didn't do right. But my stance still remains that if they, no matter what they want, even the one that calls herself Ada Biafra, I also played her video. The reason why I'm bringing all those things here is for you people to see how shallow and how easily people can be deceived. Is that deceived? Or how easily people can be convinced and how people can easily show their respect and their dignity just because of little change. So I still stand on my opinion that if they want peace, which is the real thing, to reign in Southeast, even Olasi said it, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out now, there will be peace in Southeast. So you cannot be ignorant. You cannot claim that you don't know that is this only the spoken word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come everywhere. So I would give my brother Chuk Survivor opportunity to speak. If there's any other person that wants to come up here, come on. We have many empty seats here. You can come out and contribute. My brother Chuk Survivor, you are welcome. Can you hear me? How is your side? This here is night already.
Thank you, my beloved sister. I appreciate you. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for this opportunity you have given once again for Biafrans to know the situation of things and the way forward. I appreciate you so much, and I welcome every Biafran that is watching, wherever you are watching this program from. My special thanks will always go to Biafra people, those who are watching from Biafra land. I give my special thanks to you, and I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiam will continue to guide and protect every one of you. And once again, I appreciate people who are in Biafra land for making today, being the 4th day of the sit at home, a success. I pray and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every one of you that is holding the ground. If anybody tells you that it's easy, that person is lying. It is not easy. We know very, very well that it's not easy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never promised us an easy ride. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, never told us it's going to be easy. We know that it's a difficult task, and you have taken up that task. Even in the face of the enemy with their propaganda and blackmail, you have stood forth, and you never relent in your efforts. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every one of you. As you are holding that ground and making sure that that agreement that we have all reached is carried out, Chukwu Okike Abiam will be with you and fight your battle. Today is the 4th day. This is an agreement that we reach. Some people are seeing this as Mazi Simon Ekpa sit at home. It is not Mazi Simon Ekpa sit at home. It is not. This is a sit at home agreed by Biafran people, by themselves, without being enforced. Propaganda is coming right, left, and center. Attack is coming right, left, and center. Still, the Biafran people, mainly in homeland, they are standing forth and standing strong in the face of the enemy and all the challenges. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every one of you. And I'm so happy that you are paying attention very, very closely. You are not giving in to the propaganda and blackmails. I appreciate every one of you. And I appreciate my Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. I appreciate him for answering the call, for answering that call that Chukwu Okike Abiam have placed on him, for answering that call that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have handed over to him, for standing beside Biafrans against all the attack, blackmail, propaganda, lies, even when the people who is fighting for are fighting him. The same thing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. People he's fighting for are fighting him, and yet they are standing strong, and they have never surrendered. I appreciate my Prime Minister. I appreciate my Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is today. Chukwu Okike Abiam will be with him. We will continue to celebrate him, no matter what they do. No matter what, we will continue to celebrate him. And yesterday, for some of you who watched the broadcast of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for the propagandists, I want to remind every Biafran, before we go deep into the discussion, I don't want to go deep. I have to allow my sister to introduce it before I go deep. But I want you to have at the back of your mind, there is something you have to put at the back of your mind. The latest propaganda. The latest topic. They have created a new narrative. The headlines you see in their news today is Simon Ekpa versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What a lie. Yesterday, our Prime Minister confessed once again and he said, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the supreme leader of IPOB. I am working under him. He is the leader. Any day he comes out, I hands off. And we start from there. But any DSS Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or any DSS instruction, we will not obey. The supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whom we know, remains the supreme leader of the IPOB, the original IPOB that is consistency personified. That was said yesterday. In case we are not in that very broadcast, I am telling you that from today going forward, from yesterday, it has been announced openly that it is Biafra first. You are welcome. Hold it to your heart. Biafra first. Thank you, my beloved sister.
Thank you, my brother, for the introduction and also for being here early. I don't know if you watched the interview granted to Den or Lassie. I want you to say something about it, if you can throw more light. At the beginning, when he started, he was saying a lot of things. You know, a lot of people have beginning to see the truth, but they are ashamed of coming out. And I also want to use this opportunity. There is a video I watched in Abaranze Media. You see, people know the truth, and sometimes they wouldn't want to say it because they don't want to offend their group or their friends. So, but I watched this video he made, I think today, where he was attacking those who supported Enugu government, and they are condemning Simon Ekpa. Before we go into that place, I don't know if you have watched this video. I would like you to analyze the interview of Olassie, I think is his name, Olassie, Den Olassie. I don't know if you have watched that interview by AIT. I posted it today in my platform.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. On that, what do they call him, Dan Olassie or whatever they call his name? I have not watched the interview deeply, but I saw a brief of that interview, and I know what it's all about. That is why, in this very struggle that we're in this very restoration stage, in this stage, this is where every Biafran have to declare their stand. You must declare your stand. It's either you are a Biafran or you are not. And I have said it in most of my program that this is the best way for you to secure yourself today is to identify yourself as a Biafran. The restoration of Biafra have gotten to a level where it is only those who are born for this mission that are able to stand openly and speak. Only those that are born for this mission. That very Dan Olassie, Dan knows the truth. He knows the truth. He knows it. He has been confessing the truth even before now. But it has gotten to a stage where we know the zoological republic. That is why I tell you, it is not easy. We ourselves, we understand it is not easy to be in the zoo and continue to speak on behalf of Biafra. It is not easy. Dan Olassie was somebody who claimed to have fought for Biafra, and he said if anything happens to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he will fight again. But today, he doesn't have that confidence to say that in the public or to act. It's not just thinking within yourself. You have to act. You don't just suggest or you make some presumptions. You have to act. Do it and let us see it. Dan knows the truth very well. He knows the truth. You know what the truth is. But he is scared. And that is where, when you look at these people, each time you see their videos, you see when these videos begin to come out, when they begin to come out, now you see the reason why you have to thank Chukwu Okeke for giving us our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Each time you see them on that very platform, these people who claim they fought for Biafra, they claim they fought for you, they claim they are this and they know the truth, but they have suddenly become lily-livered. Some of them out of jealousy, some of them out of fear, some of them it is fear, it is fear. Some were bought over, some are just, I don't know how to describe them. We have the Biafran restoration has gotten to the stage where you have to identify your stance. It is either you are in or out. There is nothing like I'm in between. I am between and here. And I have said it in my platform that the best way for you to stay alive and secure yourself in this era that we're entering, in this era of restoration, the best way for you to stay alive and remain secure is for you to identify yourself as a Biafran. You can never ever know the whole of your enemy until you identify yourself as a Biafran. When you identify yourself as a Biafran that you are, pick up your identity. When you pick up your identity, now you begin to see the enemy clearly. And I bet you, from the moment you pick up your identity, you will no longer be scared of your enemy. And you will be secured. You will be very, very secure. But the moment you begin to deny, continue to deny your identity, because you want to make the slave master look fine, because you want to sound responsible, because you want to be politically correct, you deny your identity, you are exposing yourself to danger. And let me tell you, when what is going to comes upon you, you can never stand it. You can never stand it. But when you identify yourself as a Biafran, you know that you're different. You will see your enemy clearly and you will know how to run away from them. And I tell people, you say, there's an adage that they say when you want to eat with the devil, they say use a long spoon to eat the devil. That when you want to eat with the devil, use a long spoon. I tell you, do not even make any attempt of eating with the devil, whether with a long spoon or a short spoon. Who the hell you think you are? With your long spoon, how do you think that Satan can? Which kind of long spoon are you going to use that Satan will not catch you? What kind of long spoon will you use that Satan will not catch you? Don't even dare. It's just like the advice in the Bible when they say, if you want to run away from certain issues, if you want to run away from certain immoralities, what you will do is to escape from it, escape from that environment. There's nothing like say I'm a Superman. Just like when they talk about the temptation of women, if you want to fall into the temptation of a woman, women are created. They are created in such a way that they will attract men. They will always. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are. It doesn't matter how sanctified you are. The best way for you to secure yourself is to run. In the same vein, in this struggle, the best way for you to secure yourself in the presence of the enemy is to escape. There are people that have been assigned today to defend Biafra land. It is not your responsibility. As long as it is not your responsibility, do not go and engage the police or the army. Don't. And don't come and say, oh, I am not part of the struggle. I am not an agitator. I don't even broadcast. I don't talk. So no, it doesn't concern me. You will see the military coming with their weapon and you are moving majestically. Either you are driving with your car or you're riding your okada or you're walking. You see them coming and you don't want to escape because you have denied your own identity. You want to now present yourself as somebody from the Zoological Republic. They know you. They know you better than you know yourself. As long as you are not a Fulani man and you're living in Biafra land, they know you're a Biafra and they take you as an enemy. They will definitely take you out. They will. This is the security information that every one of us must put at heart. This security information, for you to be safe in Biafra land, mainly for people in Biafra land, if you are living abroad, you must extend this message to your family. It doesn't matter whether they support Biafra or they support Biafra. It doesn't matter who they are supporting. But to save their life, whenever you see an enemy coming, first of all, know within your heart that you are a Biafran. Accept it. And when you know that you're a Biafran, anytime you see a terrorist in uniform, you know the best thing for you to do is to run away. Except you are among those that are given the charge to secure the others and secure the environment. If you are not, the best form of defense you have is to escape. But when you continue to pretend, you say, I'm not a Biafran. I'm not a Biafra. This is the Biafran self. I'm not talking about it. And you see them. You want to come. I tell you, remember Asaba Massacre. Remember Asaba Massacre. The reason why people lost their life during the Asaba Massacre, it was because they pretended. They refused to accept the reality of whom they are. They decided to dive into the society and they said, we are one Nigerian. They were working on one Nigerian. Because they refused to accept their identity, they sold themselves out and they died like cowards. Everyone, every man, every woman that lost their life in that Asaba Massacre was because they ignored whom they are, thinking that the zoo doesn't know them. A Fulani man knows that you are a Biafran. It doesn't matter. Let Nigerian smoke be coming up with your head. If you like, even if they make you a president, a Fulani man knows that you are a Biafran. And every single opportunity he has, he will take you out. if the Zoological Republic can be able to take people out who we are calling for their own betterment in NSAS, they open fire on them. It is not about Biafra. It is not about the Odudua. These people were asking for a better Nigeria, but yet they open fire on them. How much more you that is a Biafran, identify as a Biafran, and you think that when you say, "Oh, I'm not part of them," I know they follow do protests. I'm not a Biafran. After all, you write Nigeria badge, put Nigeria badge in your chest. If you like, wear Nigerian cap and clothes. They are going to take you down. At this time that we are now, we have gotten people who are a bunch of cowards, right, left, and center. They are all afraid. Nobody will speak for you. Nobody will speak for me. It doesn't mean that they all know the truth. Every of these people know the truth. And as we are proceeding and moving forward, you see confession coming. They are confessing. Some of them are so shameless. They don't even have the balls to come and say, "Oh, Master Samuel, I'm sorry." Even if you don't say sorry, Master Samuel doesn't even need your sorry. He doesn't need your sorry. What you have to do is to focus on the restoration of Biafra and stop attacking. Stop attacking him. Some of them, just like the one my sister is talking, the idiot that he said that was making his program. Finally, these people know the truth. They know the truth. How can anybody on the planet Earth who say that you know Mazen Nandekan, you love Mazen Nandekan, you are fighting for freedom, all of a sudden you are speaking the same language with the politicians? You say you fight for freedom, and at the same time, you that is fighting for freedom, you are now supporting your slave master. You have become an informant to your slave master. Even the battle of your slave master, you are the one fighting the battle. Your slave master doesn't even fight the battle. You are the one now fighting the battle. These were the people who say that Master Simon Ekpa is paid by the government. They said they gave him 5 million. They gave him this one amount. He's working for them. But today, go and check their tweets, their broadcast. Then after looking at that, their broadcast, then you now think, who is working for who? It's just like that woman who they gave platform. I don't know where they went and picked that woman for. I don't know where they picked her for. You came on stage and you will say us that you are Ada Biafra. And you are telling us which Biafra is Master Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister to. That there is no Biafra existing anywhere. That how can you say you are a Prime Minister to non-existing existing thing? And you are in that seat answering Ada Biafra. Which Biafra are you Ada to? Which one? Which one are you Ada to? And the funniest thing is that when they will make this their mistake, they will make it in such a shameful way, in a way that when you sit back and watch, and that is why we're here. That is why I'm coming online. That is why my sister Linda is coming online. So that when they make all this their blab, they confuse the people who are like-minded like them. We will now tear their discussion into pieces. When we break it down for you, you begin to understand that we are dealing with idiots. We are dealing with people with empty brain. What we do on our platform, we are not attacking anybody. Neither are we instigating violence. What we are doing is to educate the people and let them know their rights. That's what we do. Educating Biafran people, more especially. Every single thing we are standing for today is a legitimate right of a human being. That is what we are supporting and promoting. Waking up the consciousness of Biafrans, that is what we do on a daily basis. But because they want to make us feel guilty, they want to use emotional blackmail, they will say we are instigating violence. We are doing it. That is not our intention, and that is not what we are doing. Self-determination is the right of every human being, supported by international law. African law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. But when we move for that self-determination, they come after us and they call us instigators. Then we will tell our people to defend themselves. Self-defense is the right of every human being, even at every living thing, even plants, plant and animal, they defend themselves. Go and plant okra now and put a stone on top of that okra. That okra will escape from that place you put a stone and find another way to escape. That is self-defense. Just take a plant now, plant it, take a bucket and cover it. That plant must look for a way to break through and come out. Go and buy your Christmas chicken. Buy your Christmas chicken. The day you want to slaughter that chicken will so fight you. If you're not careful, that chicken can do anything to you to make sure that you escape. Or good. If living thing ordinary animals can be able to make such move, how much more you that is created in the image of Chukwu Kabiam? Why won't you defend yourself? Why won't you defend yourself? And look at, I saw a video where somebody who is a pastor in the north was crying. A pastor in the north was crying. He was there pointing hand and say, look at the ISIS. The terrorists are there taking life of people. Where he was making that broadcast, a sound of gun was coming in. And all he could do is to pray. All he could do is to pray. In such kind of a situation, you are praying. I am not saying that praying is bad, but there are certain situations where you need to take action. Are you more righteous than the Jews? Are you more righteous than the Jews? The Israelite, whom Chukwu Okakabe by himself say, these are the people after my own heart. He has chosen them. The whole world know that they are chosen. But yet, in Israel, they have the greatest ammunition you can talk on the planet Earth. They don't take nonsense. You come after them, they go after you. Israel will not allow you to throw a stone into their land and it will drop on one of their head and they will leave you. They won't leave you. If you throw one stone, they will throw 20 on you. Every Israelite is a policeman. They are all well equipped. So why would you that is just forcing yourself to be, you say, I am the child of Abraham. Yet you can't protect yourself. You leave your own responsibility to God. Even look at that man who was praying. God have already opened his eye to show you they are coming. You are hearing the sound. The next thing you should do is to get your own self-defense. The same equal measure of what they're doing. And focus and defend yourself. And Chukwu Okame will protect you. You will defend yourself and defend your children. He will help you and scare them away. But you fold your hand, you're holding Bible, you're praying. You're praying. And when they behead you, now you will say that prayer doesn't work. Prayer has already been answered. You are only wasting your time. You expose yourself. You don't blame God in such a situation. This is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. And he was praying and calling on the same people that send the terrorists. You are calling on federal government of Nigeria. Which federal government of Nigeria are you calling to come and save you on such situation? This is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. The Christians are decimated on a daily basis. Nobody cares about them. And when you see all these videos coming from that side, you that you call yourself a Biafran, you don't know the gain you have. You don't know the luck you have to have somebody like Master Simon Ekpa. To have somebody who has that mental toughness. Starting from Mazen Nandekam, you don't know what God did for you to give you Mazen Nandekam. When Mazen Nandekam started calling us, almost begging, Mazen Nandekam was almost on his knees, begging every one of us, wake up, they are coming, they are coming, they are coming. Some people called him a madman. They called him a troublemaker. They called him a tribal bigot. They said that one that make noise every time I shout. Mazen Nandekam was seeing something. Every day he's on radio crying and shouting. People called him different. They called him a froster. The same thing that is happening to Master Simon Ekpa today. Still, Mazen Nandekam continue to preach the message. It took him more than a decade for him to wake Biafrans up. When he was telling them, he went to the United States and told them, give me arms to defend Biafra. They didn't know what he saw. They say, how can he be talking about arms? They push propaganda against him. But today, Mazen Nandekam remained consistently because he knows the time. He continued to prepare the people until when his own tenure was almost over. Mazen Nandekam opened the new dimension by himself. He pronounced it. Mazen Nandekam saw the new dimension. He was not scared. He didn't say, oh, this new dimension that I got the revelation. Oh, this guy is going to overtake me. Oh, they will love him more than me. Oh, he will not take over me. He did not. Mazen Nandekam by him own self announced the new dimension and pointed the direction and said, look at this man. He is the new dimension. If you don't know the meaning of new dimension, go and check your dictionary. Something new is coming. A new system. This person is bringing a new system. Follow him. Listen to him. A direct instruction to every one of us. When Mazen Nandekam saw that revelation, he knew that the end of his tenure was coming. But we didn't pay attention. Even after they kidnapped Mazen Nandekam from Kenya, the single opportunity he had, the only time he sent a raw message, the very first raw message was to that new dimension. He reminded us again and said, Master Simon Ekpa, go and pilot the affairs of the people until I come back. From then onwards, the anointing was transferred fully. When the anointing was transferred, there was war everywhere. They waged war. 500,000 Irans against one man for more than 2 years. Do you think it was because of his power that he succeeded? It wasn't because of his strength. It is because he's under anointing. The more you fight him, the more you propagate. And I can tell you, it is even those attacks that propagated him to the highest level. It is those attacks that announced Master Simon Ekpa that today. You cannot mention Biafra in the present day that we are in without mentioning Master Simon Ekpa. I can tell you today that it is Simon Ekpa that is carrying Master Nnamdi Kanu on his shoulders. Simon Ekpa today is carrying Master Nnamdi Kanu on his shoulders. That made the whole world to continue to talk about Master Nnamdi Kanu. And you can never, as long as Master Simon Ekpa remains alive, you can never ever stop talking about Master Nnamdi Kanu. Impossible. Can you imagine? Every one of you know what election is. In election period, people forget even their birthday. People that celebrate birthday, they forget their birthday. People forget their wife, they forget their husband, they forget their children. People forget they are going to church. But during election of Nigeria, with all their blackmail and propaganda, they never forget talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They did not forget talking about Biafra. Who made that possible? It was because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They could not stop it. Even after the election, now that they are in court pushing all manner of propaganda, go to their media. These are people who never wanted to report anything that had to do with Biafra. But today, go to media. There is no media in Nigeria that is not speaking about Mazi Simon Ekpa, Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These three names are on hot seat. They are in the front line. These three names are in the front line. Who made it possible? But still, you see some idiots who doesn't have a plan of them how to save their own head, let alone saving a nation. You see some of them who come and begin to talk against Mazi Simon Ekpa. You begin to wonder, these people, give them a challenge to save themselves. They can't even save themselves, let alone saving a nation. They don't have a roadmap. These were the people who, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us, their national anthem then was, what is your roadmap? What is your roadmap? That is what they asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu almost in all program. What is your roadmap? They were asking and asking. They were asking, what is your roadmap? But today, you have seen a man whose roadmap, he will come and announce it for you. He's not waiting. He will come and announce it to you. Every broadcast, he will tell you, look at where I'm going, and he will go there. Yesterday broadcast, so many of you watched yesterday broadcast, and you have seen in yesterday broadcast, he told them directly, with all your plan you are making, before you finish that plan, Chukwu Okeke will hand it over to him. He is watching. They sent the first terrorists to Finland to attack him. They could not succeed. Today, they are making a new plan to send another set of terrorists. They are making calls and making plans to send another group of terrorists to Finland to attack our prime minister. And you know our prime minister, the only people who doesn't know him are people who don't love themselves. The fear of our prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is the beginning of wisdom for you in the present day. He has given them the instruction and he has given the last warning. Any attempt to send any terrorists to Finland anymore, you will know that it is not only you that know how to send terrorists. The mission of our prime minister, the mission of Biafra Republic government in exile is to secure Biafra land and secure Biafran people. The Biafra Republic government in exile is not pleased at the death of anybody. We are not pleased at the death of any genuine person. A Biafran and non-Biafrans, we are not pleased at the death of anybody. What we are focusing on is restoring Biafra from the hand of the terrorists, from the British Empire. You see, Niger have saved themselves, they have secured themselves. Niger have survived and they saved themselves from France, who have been held in captive. And the wave of freedom is blowing. The wave of freedom. That is why I say, if you know the time, you can never miss it. The time that we are in, if you know the time, you can never miss it. The wave of freedom is blowing. Niger have secured themselves from France. And the Zululand Republic is diving deep into the hand of the British. Our mission is to make sure that we are free from the clutches of the British. This is the time. And this redemption is going to be very infectious. The Oduduwa is going to set themselves free. The Middle Belt will set themselves free. The Hausas will set themselves free if they care to. This is the time that we are in. And the wave is going very, very fast. It doesn't matter what anybody is thinking. It doesn't matter what you are doing. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter the area you are channeling your energy. The most important thing that you must know this day is that freedom is sure. In this their new era of propaganda, it is a failed propaganda. And our Prime Minister has said it. When you see them push this their new lie, you will know that we have defeated them. This new lie they are pushing, they will say, oh, that what they are pushing now is to try to make us get angry with Mazen Nandekan. When we get angry, we say we'll not fight for him anymore. How can you ever believe? How can you ever believe that Mazen Nandekan will give order and tell us to listen to the politicians? Is that not laughable? How can you ever believe that Mazen Nandekan will tell us that now I have seen the light? Come and join me, follow the politicians. How can you ever believe such nonsense? They want to come and tell us, and they will push propaganda and tell you that Mazen Nandekan say, whatever you are doing, the sit at home you are doing is causing damage to me. The sit at home you are doing is destroying what I stand for. I'm not part of you. They are trying to bring all this emotional blackmail to provoke us and make sure that we don't focus on the right thing. These are the times that we're in. This is their end game. And I tell you, my fellow Biafrans, don't fall for that trap. They have pushed it to Master Simon Ekpa, and they failed. How can you imagine somebody putting a headline on their news? Simon Ekpa versus Mazen Nandekan. In what planet? In which ring? Which competition? Our Prime Minister have announced it again and again. Even yesterday, he said it again, that our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nandekan, is the leader of IPOB. I am under him. He is my leader. He is in the territory of the enemy. Everything I'm doing today is to set him free, because it is my responsibility to set my leader free from the camp of the enemy. Not for me to wait for instruction from him, because he is the territory of the enemy. As long as he's in the hand of the enemy, we cannot be able to trust anything can come from there. And we cannot wait for him to come and rescue us or rescue himself. It is our responsibility to rescue him. And that is why he has said, we will not take any order coming from the DSS. If they like, let them go and do a video call. A video call, make a press statement with video from DSS. We are not going to listen to that. If you like, take a video call, go and meet Mazen Nandekan, sit him down, let him be talking. In a video call, it is nonsense. Everything that emanates from there is lies. We can never believe that. The only time that Mazen Nandekan will take over the struggle and will give him every of the due respect is when Mazen Nandekan is in a free world, Finland to be precise, seated before our Prime Minister, and then he will take charge. And then we will know that this Mazen Nandekan is the Mazen Nandekan that we know speaking. We will hear his voice, hear his tone, without any doubt. Thank you, my beloved sister.
My brother, thank you so much. I saw something now entered my eyes. Chuku Onyebula. Thank you so much for wonderful super chat. This is my first time of receiving super chat like this. I appreciate you. You know, the reason why we don't talk about people, if you want to support, when you talk about it, they will say you are coming here to beg for money. So I leave everybody to do the needful. My brother Chuk Onyebula, God bless you. Anywhere you bring out this to support this platform, God will repay you in 100-fold. Thank you so much. This is an interaction section. If you look at me very well today, you will see that yesterday I was so strong, agile to talk, but today, since morning I've been making video, seeing to the affairs of my family. I am very, very tired. It's just because I promised that today I must come live, and that is why you see me here. So there is a link there. I would like to entertain many people like yesterday. Click on that link. The link will bring you here. You share your own idea. We are talking about Mazen Nandekano's release and sit at home. and the interview granted to Dean or Lassie. And my brother, I have another question for you. In that interview, I took my time to listen to the interview. At the beginning, he spoke very well. He exposed the Southeast governors. He exposed, starting from president, he exposed them. Then when he comes, I don't know why our people are afraid to, like you said, they are afraid to identify themselves. They are afraid to accept that they are Biafrans. That is why when you have a problem, for example, if you are sick now and you know what you are suffering from, maybe it's a contagious disease, and the doctor asks you, you say, oh, maybe because somebody you think that you don't want him to hear that you are suffering from such thing is here, that you wouldn't say it, you keep on saying another thing, then the doctor wouldn't know how to treat you. Our people are so ashamed. I wouldn't say afraid. Is afraid and shame? Which one is the right word of what they are doing? My brother, can you help me? Is he ashamed or afraid?
Some of them are ashamed, some of them are afraid.
So they are afraid of identifying themselves. Like that woman, I was listening to her interview. I was like, where did they? And when they want to select, they will go and select the beribe. They will go and select. They won't select people who are mentally sound. So, in that interview, the journalist asked him that, why is it that since you said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released today, that the problem or the insecurity in the Southeast will reduce? The woman threw this question on him that, why is it that the Nigerian government are afraid of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, despite the fact that they have seen another person who is stronger than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is Samuel Ekpa, has a man? That why are they afraid of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is the same question that I'm asking you. What do you think, despite the fact that their court have discharged him and they have seen that since they kidnapped him, all those things they claim that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the one? Because even Olasi, the man spoke very well to an extent. You know, the problem people have, when you post a video, they wouldn't listen to it from the beginning to the end. They would just be cutting it from. The man made a good point. The only thing, he condemns it at home and Simon Ekpa's activities. But in every other aspect, he spoke very well. He said that the Nigerian government, they went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu because he was fighting for his he's fighting to bring a better life for his people. That he's fighting because of injustice, the way the Biafrans, the Igbos are being treated, that he wants to bring a good life. That if by saying this they would call him or Lassie a terrorist, that he accept to be one. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they kidnapped did not do anything. That is why I told you that everything the man said, the man's speech is 100% better than that So what do you think, or why is Nigerian government afraid to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Thank you, my beloved sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you on your question and that line of thought that you are bringing in. You see, when you see the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the major reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken away was to stop Biafra. That is why Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not kidnapped because of his own self. The major reason why they took away Mazi Nnamdi was to make sure they kill Biafra struggle and make it dead. And they will never stop. Don't forget that because of this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they violated international law. They violated international law, and now they are violating their own law. They will not stop. They will want to use every single thing at their disposal to make sure that they stop Biafra. Are they going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? We are going to force them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are still on their project. They are still on the project of stopping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are still on that project to stop him. Now they are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a bet to us. They are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a bet to blackmail us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a weapon in their hand. They want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to psych us, to know our weakness. And that is why every Biafran must continue to pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa. You see, when you are dealing with your enemy, When you begin to let your enemy know that he has something that is very close to your heart, that he has something that you cannot afford to lose, your enemy will get you at the right place and your enemy will never relent. But when you begin to show your enemy, no matter how something is precious to you, that in as much as what they have in their hand is precious to you, it will not stop you to pursue what you are pursuing. When you continue to make that statement direct and clear to the enemy, then we have no choice than to back up. But when you make them feel that what they have is so important that you can sacrifice what you are fighting for it, they will never ever on the planet Earth listen to you. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is in their heart today, is a bet for them to stop Biafra. And they will continue to use him as a bet. They look at the angle they are going. Look at how far they have gone. They have used the Department of Saboteurs. All these Nzama boys. They have used them against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and against the struggle to stop. They could not be able to stop the Biafra Republic government in exile. They went ahead to use Ohaneze Ndigbo. Ohaneze Ndigbo went to the extent of putting bounty. Today they are denying that they didn't put bounty. They come out and they deny. They say it is a group that is claiming to be Ohaneze that put the bounty, not them. But we know that they are part of it. They put bounty on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Ohaneze tried and tried, it didn't work. They brought the governors. The governors begin to push their own propaganda and blackmail. They used force, they used blackmail, they used money. Still yet, they could not be able to stop the sit at home to reach Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the demand for referendum of Biafra. They couldn't stop it. And the most painful thing to them is that we are not just talking about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we are pursuing the actualization of Biafra at the same time. We are not just talking about the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is where you will see. You see, I tell people, anytime you remember Mazen Simon Ekpa, be happy. That is, whenever I remember Mazen Simon Ekpa, I'm happy. Sometimes when I remember him, I'll just be laughing. Whenever I'm watching the zoo, I will just remember Mazen Simon Ekpa and I will be smiling. Because he's a master strategist. A master strategist. Their own plan is to make us withdraw. They think that we will just focus on fighting for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, release him. Oh, but what is surprising is that we are not only talking about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Why they are busy thinking that they will hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stop it, they just wake up and they saw Biafra Republic government in exile. They just wake up and they saw that Biafra is discussing with international communities. They saw that Biafra is engaging the war, that Biafra is a winning friend. Oh my God. If you are a Biafran, you need to be proud of yourself. You need to be proud of Master Simon Ekpa. Why they were thinking they will stop Biafra? People who told you, remember when they used to, remember before, their national anthem before is that, oh, sit at home is in the southeast. It's only in the southeast. It doesn't affect the federal government. Nobody cares. Why are you punishing yourself? Your people are suffering. All of a sudden, they sing that music, they sing it, sing it. Our team remains strong. Our prime minister remained consistent. They began to confess. First of all, they told us that our military lost 16 trillion or 14 trillion. That is what they lost because of sit at home. They began to confess right, left, and center how the sit at home has affected. Even their own media could not pretend anymore. They came out and they begin to narrate how many billions, trillions they have lost because of sit at home. You see, every side they follow. We are not only asking for the freedom of Mazen. That's why I tell people, you cannot separate Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Biafra and Mazen Simon Ekpa. You can't separate it. These three things are one thing going together. You cannot leave one and pursue the other. When you are pursuing Biafra, you are automatically pursuing the right freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Just like the Ambazonian man answered the idiots. When they asked the Ambazonian man, they said, what are you doing to free your leader? Because the man was telling them that you should not believe in the court of your enemy. The Ambazonian leader told them, do not believe in it. Why are you trusting on the court of your enemy? The same person that kidnapped you. You want to get your freedom from him and you're begging him. Why are you doing that? And they want to blackmail him. They ask him, what are you doing to free your own leader? And you had his answer. He said, I am focused in getting Ambazonia. As soon as Ambazonia is free, my leader will be out. That when my Ambazonia is free, my leader is out. And that is how it works. Mandela did not come out from prison to begin to answer sir to any white man. Mandela came out with the independence of the people in South Africa. He came out with what he was looking for. And that is how it's supposed to be. Are you praying for us to get the kind of thing you gave him in 2015? In 2015, where they told Mazen Nandekan, okay, we grant you bail. As soon as he reached his house, they announced Python dance and they went to his house to kill him. Is that what you are planning again? Is that what you are wishing for him again? For him to come down, come out and begin to run up and down again? Never. Never. Today we are demanding for absolute freedom of Mazen Nandekan, which is the coming of Biafra. And it will happen. Whether they like it, whether they don't like it, whatever anybody is saying is a waste of time. And when you see people, how you can be able to identify people who are either scared, I can't say ignorant. There is nobody today in Biafra land that is above 20 years of age that is ignorant. I don't accept that. There is nobody in Biafra land that is above 20 years of age and you say you are ignorant of what is happening. It is either you are afraid, you are envious, you are jealous. That is the only thing that's worrying you. That is why when you see this kind of people, how to identify them is that when they come, they will tell you, I love Mazen Nandekano. What Mazen Nandekano is doing is good. Mazen Nandekano was a good guy. Mazen Nandekano is a very wonderful person. He's a very nice guy. And I tell you, can you just take a step backward? Go and check. 3 years ago, these people that are praising Mazen Nandekano today, go and check what they were saying 3 years ago. Go, just step a little bit back. Don't focus on where they are. Leave them on that place they are preaching that message. Leave them. Go back to their record. 3 years ago, what were they saying about Mazen Nandekano? These were the people who never ever supported Mazen Nandekano. They never ever supported him. They were the people who said that he's bringing war to them. They were the people who are calling him a stubborn boy. This boy doesn't listen to anybody. They called him different kinds of names. These were the same people he told, go and get us the restoration. If that is what you want, bring it to Biafran people. They went and brought Python dance. But today, all of a sudden, every one of them now have seen Mazen Nandekano as an angel because he's in the territory of the enemy. And that is how they want to win the heart of the Biafran people. When you see them talking, you would think that they truly love Mazen Nandekano. But I bet you, if you want to know them, just look 3 years back. What were they saying about Mazen Nandekano? And how can you love Mazen Nandekano and you hate somebody who is building on the legacy of Mazen Nandekano? Does that make sense? Does it make a sense? How can you love Mazen Nandekano so much that you say you can put your life for him? Just like Dan that you're talking about. Dan claimed to love Mazen Nandekano. He even said that he can put his life on the line to fight if need be. But when it comes to the person who is now holding that legacy, he's so scared. He's so scared because that one is a no-go area. The case of Mazen Nandekano, that one now is in the hand of the in the enemy. Federal government now, they are with Mazen Nandekano. So you can easily support Mazen Nandekano. You can easily say anything to blackmail the Biafran people. That is the strategy. They can use that to win the soul of Biafran people. Just like the other one who is claiming to sign the release of Mazen Nandekano. The one who was claiming that he was the one who signed shorty for Mazen Nandekano. But recently, we have brought out the video where Mazen Nandekano decimated them. Mazen Nandekano say, don't mind any idiot that comes out and say that he signed shorty for me. It was all for their selfish interest. Mazen Nandekano explained it, that it was a ploy. They made that plan. It was an intentional plan by the federal government to control him. That was why they brought a senator to sign for him. In the normal sense, a senator is not supposed to stand in for anybody, any shorty, anywhere. It's in the law of that Zululand Republic, in their own law. A senator is not supposed to stand in for anybody. But because they wanted to control Mazen Nandekano, they went and brought that man to use him to control Mazen Nandekano. But who are you going to control? The children of a child of Chukwuka, a child of heaven. A child of heaven that listens to only Chukwuka. You want to control him. You are a madman. You are a madman. They couldn't control him. But you see them, they'll be bragging. They'll be bragging. But Mazen Nandekano said it clearly that anybody that is telling you that he's freebie is wasting the time. The people that freed Mazen Nandekano was IPOB, you and I. The original IPOB, the people, we are the people that freed Mazen Nandekano. Then he said it by himself. But they were trying to control. That is the same thing is what they're trying to do this time. They tried to do it with him again this time, but we are very fast. You saw when the other idiot in Anambra State, when Soludo was saying, "Give me money."
As it was try or code say no no
Exactly. Give me money. When he knows very well that no governor has the right to start shopping for anybody. You don't have the right. But they are trying to take him. But I bet you, they will never ever succeed. And Biafrans, we are going home. Thank you, my sister.
My brother, before we react, we close because we are almost coming to the end of this program. There is a comment somebody make here. I want you within maybe 5 to 3 minutes to react to it. The person wrote, the name is Ide. This type of people, when they want to write, they don't use their real name. He said, this is not correct. You don't rescue any detained person already charged in court. You need diplomacy and lawyers working, not noise and terrorist action. If you want terrorist action, then go to Abuja. What do you have to say to this person?
Well, such idiots are a bunch of cowards who cannot come out and stand in the debate. He should be man enough to see the link. You posted the link there. He should have come and face me face to face so that we can argue it out on how to free Mazen Nandikan. We are dealing with Pharaoh. We are dealing with idiots. He is talking about diplomatic means. Doesn't that idiot know that the Zoological Republic have freed Mazen Nandikan? He didn't know that the law of that country freed Mazen Nandikan and said let him go. He's talking about diplomatic means. Does that idiot know that our eternal leader, Dim Odumogojuku, tried to use diplomatic means to stop the civil war of Biafra in 1967? That idiot didn't know that eternal leader applied diplomatic strategy to make sure that we do not have the civil war. He went up to the extent of taking him to Aburi. At the end of the day, what happened? Did they listen? Did they listen? They never listened. Instead, they came back and we lost more than 5 million people and still losing up to date. Mazen Nandekano himself gave them a diplomatic chance, gave them a political chance for them to be able to establish a platform where people can be able to be speaking their voice. What did they do? They brought that. We came out when we were asking for a referendum. What it is? Referendum. What is it? Is it not a political? Is it not a diplomatic demand? When we ask for referendum, what it is? Why is it not they are now granted us referendum? And they will tell you there is no referendum in their constitution. Meanwhile, Nigeria have used referendum several times in that very contraption. Many states were created by referendum. And yet, they deny it. And you want us to fold our hands and continue to sing the same song all the time. And he's talking about terrorism. Who is talking about? He's talking about we terrorizing the people. Why are we using terrorism? Who is the one using terrorism? That idiot should come and tell us who is using terrorism. The Biafran people and the Zoological Republic, who is using terrorism? In a country where terrorists in broad daylight, are recruited into the military and given uniform. They recruit them in the police, they recruit them in the army, they recruit them in the custom. We have seen it on video. Terrorists. Which country in the world tell you that they where have you ever had it? Where have you ever had it? A country putting terrorists in their own force. He didn't see that. And by the way, who are the person terrorizing who? That idiot that is speaking, he is there. He sees what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, they are losing thousands of people on daily basis. People are dying. People are dying in Borno State, in Adamawa State, in Southern Kaduna. Lives have been lost. The four major terrorist groups are in the northern part of Nigeria. The four most dangerous terrorist groups, they are in the northern part of Nigeria. What is his government doing? What is the government doing? Instead, they are the ones sponsoring terrorism in the north. They are busy sponsoring and promoting terrorism in the north. But in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where people are demanding for their civil rights, self-determination, we started demanding for that self-determination without any arms. It was a peaceful movement demanding for self-determination. Where was that idiot when they opened fire on us in war? Where was that idiot when they opened fire on us when we were praying? Where was that idiot when they attacked the home of Mazen Nandekano? 28 people were mowed down. Where was that idiot when Mazen Nandekano lost his two parents? That wasn't terrorism, right? That was a handshake. That was a handshake. And now that we have risen up to defend ourselves, self-defense is a right to every human being. Let that idiot get it to his head. Wherever that clown is, wherever he is, that clown, I hope you are still watching.
My brother, I would applaud you to address him. This is an interaction section, and I think that is his own opinion. That is his own suggestion. In a democracy, everybody is allowed to. That is his own suggestion anyway. I'm very sure that he wasn't criticizing. I think that was his suggestion. So I would advise you to just tell him what you want to tell him. Remove that word you are using. We are all brothers and sisters, despite the fact that some people are doing anyhow. But I would beg you to address him as a human being like us.
My sister, he's even very, very lucky that I'm using a better word for him, because that man is spitting on the grave of our heroes. That kind of a question. You don't ask such silly questions in a place where the Biafran people are from. I understand what my sister is saying. I am not the kind of person that insult people. I don't insult. But if he has been able to be bold enough, he should be able to click that link and come. Let me see his face. Maybe when I look at his face, I might understand him better. That is what I used to tell them on my platform. You come on and convince people, and let us get your argument. Let us get your argument. For him to suggest that we are the one terrorizing our people is an insult. For him to make such suggestion that we are the one terrorizing our people. You don't make such suggestion, because this is something that is plain in the open. It is very, very open that the people that are sponsoring terrorism and who have created the insecurity in Southeast are these very politicians. They are the ones who have created the insecurity. They put it in place. They are the ones who have created it, and they continue to fuel it, continue to water it. In a country where you cannot make a suggestion, in a country where you cannot say it, even people that were fighting for a better Nigeria, they came against them and they took their life. How much more me that I'm looking for my own country? A lawless country, a country where law doesn't exist. How can somebody tell me to go to, just like when they tell you go to court? Telling you to go to court in Nigeria is telling you to go to hell. That is what it means. If Nigeria were to be a country, if it were to be a same country like they have in the Western world, why must anybody be making noise? Why must anybody be talking about self-defense? You have right to express yourself. But that man, that my sister, you are telling me to allow him to give him right for expression. But he doesn't want us to have a right of expression in our own country. He doesn't want us to have right of expression. He's there busy supporting the enemy against us. Because that question he asked suggests the fact that we are getting it wrong. And each time they say we get it wrong, this is what they told Mazen Nandekano. And Mazen Nandekano say, if you know how to do it better, go ahead and do it. The most important thing is get us our freedom. And that is something we are saying. If you have a different dimension on how to get it, we are not against you. The only time you get us angry is when you are trying to condemn what we are doing and you don't have nothing on the table. You have nothing on the table. As it stands today, I cannot come and tell you that I have one magic I'm going to do to Voku Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Nandekano will appear from DSS. I don't have such magic. I cannot come here and tell you that, oh, let us go and move to that the governors will go and bring Mazen Nandekano out. Let us continue to pray for them, pray for the governors. Let us continue to support the governors. They bring Mazen. I don't have such belief, and I will not do that. The angle that I'm supporting today, the angle that I'm following, is the angle that I believe that can turn the hand of time. That as long as we continue to hold our ground, and you can see them, it's having effect. It's having effect. They are crying and complaining. That is why what we are, the sit at home today is the reason why each time you go to the media, the debate is, why don't you free Mazen Nandekano and have your peace? That is the debate. Today, even foreigners who are not Nigerians know that the only reason why you are having insecurity in Biafra land, the only reason why you are having sit at home is because you are holding the supreme leader of IPOB. This is the only argument online. And they know it. So why don't that person go and ask them, why don't you release Mazen Nandekano and have this so-called economy you say you want to build, and build it and go ahead? Why is it so difficult for them to understand that? Why is it so difficult? We are in a time where people will come and preach anything they want and get away with it. In this restoration stage that we are in, we will not leave any stone unturned. We will not leave any stone unturned. We are not pleased at the death of any innocent person. We are not praying for the death of any innocent person. Neither are we pleased at the death of any innocent person. It is not something of joy that our people are going through the stress they're going through today. We know what it is. But the situation has warranted that there is no other way except the way we are going today. The Biafran people have no single representation in Nigeria. Not even one. We do not have anybody that you say, maybe you say, this is the man speaking your voice. There is nothing like that. We have seen a video where an Ambazonia senator was making a case for his own people. In the Senate in Ambazonia, he was making a case for them, putting his own life on life. If you have such kind of a man in the Senate, in the Nigerian Senate, why would I be here talking? If we have a senator that can stand his ground and say, instead of you to take my people, take me. Take me. Look at what they want. If you don't want to give it to them, take me instead. Do we have such voice? We don't have such voice. The people we see in Nigeria are people who are dancing. Look at when they brought the case of Mazen Nanekano in their Senate. When they brought the case of Mazen Nanekano for his release, didn't you see how they did it? They throw it out without argument. They throw it out. The Senate rejected it. The move to release Mazen Nanekano, they rejected it. And they threw it out. Nobody was able to put defense. But if we had people who are speaking for us, what they should have done that day is to walk out. That day, you can't hold any other sitting apart from that. At least let them do that. Walk out from that very sitting. Let sitting end for that day. But in that same day, when you were not able to push the release of Mazen Nanekano, that day you were busy supporting the motion to kidnap Mazen Simon Ekpa in Finland. The same day. Are these the kind of people you want me to hope on them to give me political solution? Are these the kind of cowards you want me to hope on that they will give me political solution?
My brother, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Mr. Ide is still writing. Mr. Ide, can you take 1 minute to call in this live so that you can argue this? There's something you are writing here that I don't like. Nobody, I will repeat, nobody. All those people you see, you said, let you see how we can bring Mazen Nandekano by using gun to enforce people to sit at home. Nobody is forcing anybody. Those things you are seeing is propaganda. You are just speaking as if you don't know what is happening in Nigeria, how Nigeria functions, that these people can go to an extent. Nobody is forcing anybody. Those people you see carrying those things around, they are from the same government. They just want to use it to label IPOB, Simon Ekpa as whatever they want to label. Those things, I am clearing it to you now. But I will encourage you to come in. I can give you 2 to 3 minutes to defend yourself, not in the comment section. If you do not come up to defend yourself and get explanation, then if you write again, I'm going to hide you from my platform. Please, when you want to pass information, I know that most of us are misinformed, because when you are not informed, you'll be getting information from the wrong way. Most of us, especially the elders, we know the truth, but we don't want to say it. We don't want to say it. You may be old soldiers, you know what happens before, but I want to tell you that then and now is not the same. Somebody was like, you people are doing this, that he witnessed the Biafra civil war. That is not something that then and now is not the same. They deceived our people. Our people there is this thing they call Ogbunigwe. These people, they don't want light. They don't want light to come to Africa. They don't want light to come to Biafra land. Biafra, like, what is the name of this country? Hey, I've forgotten the name of this country. They are productive. There was a time they were producing this Ogbunigwe that he may bam, but they dismiss it because they don't want us to be equipped. So you saying that it is the IPOB or maybe Simon Ekpa because he said sit at home is not for him. He that is fixing it. He doesn't like it. But this is the only way. This is the only way. Civil disobedience. You are in the international. You are living in maybe European or American country. Are you going to tell me now that they don't do that? When the people see that the president or the government is not performing very well, they go on demonstration. But in Nigeria, if you go on demonstration, they will kill you. So they choose this way to express their feeling, and the person they are passing this information doesn't want to take it. Nobody is forcing anybody. Those people you see parading themselves, they just want to justify. Let it look as if it is these people that sit at home that is doing it. Let me tell you, since you don't know, the reason why they don't want to bring Mazin and the Kano is because they are enjoying what is happening in the Southeast. They are using it as a business. Majority of the politicians, they have their own security outfits. Some big businessmen, rich people, they have their own security outfit that they use for operation. Once they commit anything, it will be Mazin and the Kano, it will be Simon Ekpa, it will be IPOB. Or do you want to also tell me that you are ignorant of that? So, Mr. Ide, I have respected you enough. If you cannot come here to talk to us, then stop writing in the comment section because you are passing false information there. So my brother Chuk Survivor, yes, there's another thing I want to address. So people are coming to my platform, you talk too much. Why are you, somebody wrote it here, he or she, I don't know. He said, you always say that you don't instigate war. That is a spirit of fear. This platform, YouTube, is not mine. YouTube is a platform created by a group of individuals or a company, and they have their rules and regulations which you must abide. That is why on our president Buhari, he was using Twitter. He went against their policy. They removed his videos. He become angry. He banned Twitter in Nigeria because he doesn't want to follow protocol the way they behave in Nigeria. So in YouTube, when you are doing anything, you need to specify what you are doing. You need to tell them, because some people now are seeing Biafra agitation as a group of terrorists or people who are instigating war. You need to tell them. It took me so long to build this platform. You need to tell them what you are doing. You need to put a disclaimer. You need to appreciate them. So if you don't want to hear my voice or my introduction, there is opportunity for you to skip. Some people, there is one particular person, the day I will know your real name, each time I post video, you talk too much. You talk too much. If I post, you will come. If you think I talk too much, then you leave. Don't watch me. I'm not begging you to watch me. Please, our people at times, they behave like, do you know that it's very easy to control animals like more than human beings? I have made research and studied. It's very easy for you to, even if it is a ghost in your house or dog, very simple to control than human being. Human beings are the most difficult creature in this world. I talk too much. When I put, you come. Okay. Even if you see my notification, you say, this woman that is talking too much, let me not go there. Do I call you to come? It's people that know the value of what I'm doing that are watching me. Please, I don't want anybody to say you are talking too much. You are putting disclaimer. It's a spirit of fear. Then go and create a platform for us. The one that Simon Ekpa created, they wouldn't even allow it to function. Please, anything I'm doing here, I am doing it according to the rules and regulation of YouTube. If you like, come and use something to choke my mouth. I will still find an opening place that I'm going to be using to put a disclaimer. Somebody is trying to call. Don't test. Your network is not correct. Connecting. My brother Chuk Survivor, I want you to summarize. I've already spent 1 hour. Let me go and attend to my baby. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Thank you so much. You know, just like this man that is writing on the comment section, I was able to read the comment. These are the people we have to be very careful with. As for those who are talking trash and those who are talking about your disclaimer, that is not just a disclaimer. That is what the Biafran stand for. We are not instigating violence. That is not what we are doing. What you are telling them is the exact word. We are not instigating violence. When you tell people to know whom they are and hold to their right, that is not instigating violence. Self-defense is the right of every human being. It's the right of every human being. So we have to let people know that we are not instigating any violence. What we are doing is to set the record straight and tell the people what they need to know. Remind them of their right. That is what we are doing. And look at this man that is writing on the comment section. These are the people who will come and claim to you how old they are. But we know that foolish people also grow old. Foolish people grow old. Whether you are 53 years or you are 1 million years, it doesn't make any sense. These are the people that use emotional blackmail as a weapon. They use emotional blackmail. Now they will tell you how they love Mazin Nandekan, how they care about Mazin Nandekan. But I tell you, this man that is writing here, go and check what he was saying before Mazin Nandekan came now. These are the people who hated Mazin Nandekan. Is it not from US? The people that Mazin Nandekan went and told them to prepare for what is coming. They refused. They called him criminal. They called him a scammer. But today, Mazin Nandekan is in captivity. You want to come and showcase yourself. You have experience, you have knowledge, you have wisdom. You are old man. So I should be afraid of you. If you are bold enough, put the link and come, show your face. These are what we see. These are the kind of people we see. Emotional blackmail. Don't worry. Tomorrow, because they're not seeing Mazin Nandekan today. And now everybody loves Mazin Nandekan. Oh, he's the angel. He's the Messiah we have been waiting for. But you have been with him for how many years? More than a decade. You are with him. These are the people who were asking Mazin Nandekan all this while. Show us your roadmap. That was their question. They were telling Mazin Nandekan, show us your roadmap. And Mazin Nandekan told them, if you don't believe on my way, if you know how to bring Biafra, go and bring it. This man who is claiming to be older than Methuselah, you are claiming to be older than Methuselah. Man, this time when I started just 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he has established a government. He's speaking for Biafra all over the world. You say you have been there. Methuselah, what have you been able to do to save your people? What have you been able to do?
My brother, my time is up. I need to go.
Please, my fellow Biafrans. It is a pity that we have to let our sister go. That very man, I have my own platform. You can join me anytime or you can send me a private message. Let us stage a debate. Let us tell the whole world what he knows. And I will say mine. Let's see who is the wise person. I want you to know, everybody that is watching us, that foolish people also grow old. We will get to Biafra. Our freedom is short. And our sit at home continues until Mazin Nandekan. Thank you and see you again.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have really spoken well for over an hour now. It's not, in fact, you have muscle, you have energy. Omo Biafra obrando no na. Our unkulota emana mbo biama dem well. Thank you so much for being here, and I want to appreciate everybody who is listening, those who are writing on the comment section that I couldn't be able to read. May God Almighty bless you all. I will put a disclaimer again before you go. Disclaimer because that here we do not preach hate speech, misinformation. We are here to educate, inform the members of the public about what is happening. So, koga zero no ni ne kachifonu.